The U.S. strikes back hard in Iraq and Syria after the deadly drone attack that killed American troops in Jordan. The Pentagon confirmed U.S. forces launched retaliatory strikes that hit more than 85 targets at sites linked to Iranian-backed militias on Friday. The massive air assault happened just hours after the bodies of the 3 fallen soldiers returned to U.S. soil. President Biden joined grieving families for the dignified transfer at Dover Air Force Base in Delaware. Later, the president warned there will be more to come for those who seek to harm Americans. Christina Ruffini is at the White House and joins us now. Christina, good morning.
Good morning, Dana. Well, the strikes lasted only about 30 minutes, and the Pentagon says it hit what it was aiming for. But the White House was aiming for a more elusive target, finding a way to retaliate against groups that killed Americans without causing the violence to spiral into a greater regional war. Hours after the bodies of 3 U.S. service members returned to American soil, America struck back, hitting 7 facilities in Iraq and Syria, sites the White House says were used by Iran's Revolutionary Guard and other Iranian-backed militias. Following the strikes, President Biden issued a statement saying, "If you harm an American, we will respond." The targets included command and control centers, weapons depots, and drone storage facilities. But the U.S. did not hit targets inside Iran, leery of escalating a wider regional conflict.
The goal here is to get these attacks to stop. We are not looking for a war with Iran.
In a call with reporters Friday evening, the administration said the strikes specifically targeted groups that meant to do Americans harm.
This wasn't just a message-sending routine tonight. This was about degrading capability.
The response comes 5 days after a drone struck sleeping quarters and an American outpost in Jordan, injuring 40 and killing Army Reserve soldiers Will Rivers, Breonna Moffett, and Kennedy Sanders.
You don't know how much that means to us.
President Biden called their families earlier this week.
Look, I really do know. I got one of those phone calls out of the blue and tell me my wife and daughter were dead.
We know that you can definitely feel our pain.
But the delayed response is already drawing criticism from Republicans, who say it likely gave Iranian operatives at the facilities time to leave or go to ground. Speaking in Tehran Friday, Iran's president said his country would not start a war, but if a cruel force wants to bully us, he said, the Islamic Republic of Iran will give a strong response. The administration says the strikes were specifically designed to avoid civilian casualties, but we probably won't know until later today or into the weekend what the true impact really was, both strategic and humanitarian. And the U.S. retribution is probably not over. In his statement yesterday, President Biden also said our response began today. It will continue at a time and place of our choosing. Jeff?
All right, Christina, thank you very much.